that's his name. Heard him say, are you shitting me? Lord, and I feel just the same. He speaks his mind about that asinine asshole in our house. Yeah, John Beautiful, he likes to call it out. Yes, he does. Well, there's a blue dot down in Texas, that Texas heaven knew. There's a blue dot family in the USA and all over this world. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
How y'all doing, family? It is indeed Thursday, baby. I am sorry I missed yesterday. Sometimes you have a pissy day, and that's what happened. And so I did not do a rant yesterday. I apologize for that. Everybody gets a day off every once in a while. I just snagged one yesterday. And unfortunately, it was the day after Super Tuesday, so, well, I guess we're done with that shit. What are we doing today? We have narrowed it down, I guess, the field down to 3, I guess. It's assuming that Tulsi Gabbard is still in the race. I think she's got 1 or 2 delegates, and nobody sees her face or anything, but it's ridiculous. Anyway, Elizabeth Warren dropped out today, and so that leaves us with the big 2, baby. Biden and Sanders, just like we thought it would be. This is going to be the race for our party. And in the race isn't over. Right now, Biden is ahead with 627 delegates. Sanders has 551. That's a difference of 76. And, we're going to have to see what happens to the rest of them delegates. Warren had 64. Buttigieg, I'm sorry, Bloomberg had 60. How did he get 60? And Bloomberg's out too. Anyway, we have narrowed it down to 2, and we're going to see what happens in this race. The other big news, I guess, is, of course, the coronavirus, but y'all have, excuse me, I got the hiccups. Y'all have no fear. Dr. Donnie is in the house. He went on Fox News last night, I understand, or something called into Sean Pannity, and I guess they discussed it. Donnie has a hunch that the mortality rate is much lower than what the World Health Organization or the CDC or anybody else has to do. Donnie's got a hunch it's below 1%. So he's also saying that, if you get the sniffles, it probably won't be nothing. You'll get over it in a day or 2. Some people are even returning to work. Just go on to work if you got the coronavirus shit. Don't worry about it. Just a little sniffle shit. Yeah, that's Dr. Donnie, baby. He says it's going to be gone by April anyway when it warms up, and ain't nobody got shit to worry about. Meantime, the stock market crashed again today. What confidence they have, up one day, down the next day, and they just don't know what the hell to do with it. I want to thank, first of all, it's Showtime, baby. It's Showtime for jumping in on Periscope. He was the first one to jump in, followed up by Kellyanne, Mega Wet Willie, Joy Peters, thank you, darling, for being here. Karen Van Wyk is here. Jake Clayton, which I guess Stephanie Dean is not too far away. Bub, take care of that woman. She's got a busted up shoulder, and get some more frozen corn and frozen peas there. Make sure she's pretty well fixed there. Take care of her for us. Anyway, Pepsi Max jumped in. Claudia Garcia, Sue Bingle, Randy Curvin, and his voice jumped in. We appreciate Randy very much. He does the same thing I do, tries to spread the word all the time. And also, Bethy Brown is in the house. Happy birthday, Bethy. How are you doing? As I seen it in the comments.
Do we do it?
I think so. We need to. We have to.
All right.
You ready?
Ready.
Happy birthday to...
Wait, now you curse me with the hiccup. Shit. All right.
Hey, you can't get your shit together? What?
No.
Okay.
Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bethy. Happy birthday to you. Hello, Blue Dot family. Happy birthday, Bethy Brown, baby. We're glad you decided to spend a little bit of time here with us. Michael Busain is in the room. Linda Douglas is there. And Miss Linda Henshaw Cram is in the room. And we're glad you are. Anyway, we got what, one more day to go? Shit. We got Beer and Bud Friday and slide into the weekend, baby. It's been a roller coaster week here at our house, but we're making through it. We're getting through. I want to thank our guests for coming in. Our own Bernadette, one of our moderators, is in the room with us this evening. How are you, Bernadette? And Bernadette,
unmute.
Yeah, I think she's muted up there. Velda.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I thought I was all live and everything.
Oh, you was just going on with your speech, huh?
I was.
I've done that too.
But you know how out in space I am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I don't need audience.
I'm telling you anyway. You'll hear it. Anyway,
Right?
Bernadette, thank you for coming in and visiting. How's everything up there in the beautiful state out in California?
We started out in a nice sunny spring day, and all of a sudden we got this fog bank that came in, just made it cold. It sucks. Happy birthday, Bethy or Betsy. And sorry if I mangled that. Happy birthday.
It's Bethy.
It's a beautiful day to have a birthday.
It is.
And it just got cold around here, and I don't like cold.
Yeah, me neither. Nope.
No.
I'm a sand and sea kind of guy.
I'm at that point where I hate cold
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'm
so.
umbilically connected to the temperate zone down there, as Jimmy
I
Buffett has.
understand it's still winter time, so I'm trying to hang in there.
Yes, it's
And
winter
I'll take
down
the
here.
sunshine when I could get it.
Didn't feel like it when I went out and worked in the garden today. It felt
Yeah, we
great
had a little
today.
cool.
It's beautiful
yeah,
outside.
it's beautiful
so.
outside. Blue
Mhm.
skies, partly cloudy, some white puffy skies around there. And
I got to clean out my strawberry patch yesterday. That was fun.
Nice.
you go and strawberries too. I'm
yeah,
telling you.
Yeah, and I bought some blueberries that I'm anxious to get in the ground. So
Oh man.
Badass.
I transplanted. I planted a jalapeno pepper plant in the ground and a serrano pepper. I got to grow
yeah, I
that.
can't do peppers just yet. It's a little bit too cold for the peppers and
Oh.
the tomatoes and
Ah.
stuff.
We got tomatoes growing. We got peppers. Yep. We're trying
Yeah,
to
rub
build
it
a
in, rub it
salsa
in.
garden.
Rub it in, John. Rub it in.
You're better off than I am, and you know it, dear. Velda
That's
Lee,
right.
how are you, baby?
Yep. I'm doing fine.
And how's everything? Go ahead.
We also planted strawberries.
Is that right?
Nice.
Look at us. Ain't we just
Yeah.
horticulturist galore?
Yeah.
We got tomatoes started. We've got peppers started. We've got artichokes started.
Damn.
And yep.
That's the way to do it.
Oh,
That's the way to do it.
but other than for that, we enjoyed a very nice sunny 70 degrees today.
There you go, baby.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm glad you got to enjoy it then. Yeah, it's a little.
And I've turned
It's
the furnace
enjoyable.
off for the last 3 days.
It's enjoyable to work in the garden, get outside, and commune with nature.
Yes,
That's-
absolutely.
That's what I like to call it. So there's two of
Bernadette,
our.
I can barely hear you.
There you go. You can hear now.
Oh, turn your ears up.
The ears are full up, and Wayne's TV is down tonight.
Oh, how's-
Okay.
how is Wayne doing?
Oh, he overextended himself today.
Oh shit.
He went out and took care of the chickens. Went and checked on some things, and
Well,
yeah,
make sure you
he's
take care of
wiped
him.
out.
Just tell him
I
kick
am.
back and
But
relax.
we got blue.
You got
Our
blue.
Easter eggers are starting to lay.
Oh yeah, you got blue
so
eggs.
We got our first
Nice.
Outstanding.
blue egg,
There you go.
and I've got 4 dozen eggs in the refrigerator now because all 24 of them are beginning to lay.
Pretty soon you're gonna have
Awesome.
lots of eggs. Lots of eggs.
Dad, keep going through our guests. I'm gonna
Yes.
just fix something really quick with our camera view. Don't mind what I'm about to do. In chat, I
I'm
rely
not-
on y'all to make sure keep Dad
Dad,
occupied while I
keep
fix
Dad
this thing.
occupied. Dennis Valadez, how are you, buddy?
How's it going, John?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself?
Hanging in there. Just thought I'd jump on for a little bit before I left the academy tonight.
Oh, you're going tonight?
Sure.
All right. A little ride along.
Right along tonight. Yes, sir.
Outstanding.
Chomping at the
bit. Let's go arrest somebody. Come on.
I'm ready.
That guy
yeah.
looks suspicious. Pull him over there.
I'm like, give me a PD hat and let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, well, hopefully it'll just be a nice, boring evening for you. In San Antonio, I don't think that's possible, but, you know, let's hope for the best. Yeah. But I guess everything's all right with the family?
Doing good.
Well, good.
Absolutely.
Glad to hear that.
Did that bother you too much, Dad, or is that good enough for you?
No, that's good.
Okay, now I just kept watching our little monitor wiggle right in front of the camera, and I'm like, that is annoying me, and I'm sure it could be annoying the chat, so I moved it just a little bit. Try to fix that up. So anyway, you gonna be good there? Now you're gonna decide to die on me.
I'm doing fine. Johnny Fly, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful. I can't complain.
I love the answer. Wonderful.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do my best, to enjoy my day. I'm getting ready to start some green peppers from seeds.
Another horticulturist right here. Where else are you?
Well,
Politics, food, anything, baby. We'll talk about anything.
That's right.
You get
that
informed.
That one night, I wanted to make sure we had like several different topics. So remember that night we were talking about one thing, candy, and then
oh yeah. We have a
yeah.
diverse conversation in this chat. That's what this is all about. We can talk about anything.
All right, so me and Ben can start
Except
talking
the shit
about.
That you're talking
I was
about. We ain't talking about your shit.
Me and Ben can start talking computer parts or something, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
we'll
go
really
ahead.
mix it up.
Go ahead, Ben. Tell him.
No, we have a channel for that, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
come on. Y'all can talk about your strawberries, and we can't talk about processors? Come on now.
You can talk about processes,
Okay,
Travis. I
if you're
totally
going to talk
understand.
about process, we're going to talk about B&D.
B&D. What?
Not Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, D&D.
Oh, don't get me started. I just made a post on my last D&D game.
Benjamin Stroud, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right.
Good. We're glad to have you in the room. How's everything up in your part of the woods?
It's 55 right now, but it feels like 40 with the high wind. We're under a red alert for high fire danger.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
That's not good. Don't be smoking outside now.
The winds are so strong that anybody burning anything could cause a wildfire.
Yeah, we have that down here too. They put us under burn bans where it's.
Yeah. Hey, I joined Patreon this month.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Ring
the bell.
Benjamin Stroud, thank you very much for joining our Patreon page. We appreciate it very much. Every dollar counts. It really does in keeping us going. We appreciate the hell out of that.
I seen something earlier in the show discussion, and I think Travis deleted it, and I'm glad he did because it was.
Oh
not
yeah,
very
we don't
nice
need to
what
bring.
somebody said.
Yeah, no, we want to keep the family friendly and happy, and we don't got no room to be hating on each other like that. So I took care of it. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
All good and done.
Yep. We try hard to keep this family together. Politics is a nasty business. It's a strange callaloo of just about everything you could throw in the pot, baby, and some of it gets nasty. And
so, do you think since Elizabeth Warren dropped out, do you think she's going to end up being Bernie's running mate or Sanders' running mate?
Well, that was discussed today. Because she did not come out and endorse anybody. She just suspended her campaign, meaning it's over for her. And, of course, they asked that question, who are you going to endorse? And she said she's going to have to take time to mull it over. Therein lies the question. If one of them were smart, they could pick her. Now, she is more aligned with Bernie's policies than Biden's. But Biden could pick her to try to balance the party in some way.
Yeah.
Either way, she is definitely in the soup for being picked for a VP,
Right.
I think. And again, I think it would behoove either candidate. It would improve their numbers because she was pretty solid. She had a good firm backing, and I'll tell you right off the bat, when she first hit the wagon out there, and there were so many, she was one of my top picks. I liked her. She was fire. She had a plan for everything. Of course she does. Now everybody makes a joke about her having a plan about everything, but she tried very hard to cover all the policies. And
You
So
know,
yeah,
I like I like her, John. I don't know what. Well, a lot of the Republicans they hate her, from what I understand.
yeah,
But she doesn't fool around. She gets. I remember
yeah.
seeing her on C-SPAN the one time, and she really jumped all over this one banker. And she's not afraid to stand up to him, but she never seems to win.
Yeah. Well, she didn't carry her home state, so that kind of shot her in the foot right there, I think.
Yeah.
But she has worked a hard campaign, and she deserves the credit for that, as
Yeah.
do others that have uh, fought hard for this and fell by the wayside. Uh, that's what I try to stress is Travis was a member of the Yang Gang. It busted him up when Yang got out.
Okay, look. I mean, it didn't bust me up. It
Well,
was
no,
it was
you
one
were
of those
pissed.
things like no. Oh, yeah, I was
Well,
pissed.
you
all
were-
right.
you were-
No, I was disappointed because I really liked. Here's my
disappointed,
hope
I'm
as far as this stuff is concerned, because we've had so long of a far right, as right as you can go individual run things for a bit. I wanted something to equalize that shit. And I really liked how Yang was approaching things and how he was very intelligent, and especially with modern problems. Like, for example, not saying this is the top problem, but it is a growing problem. That's internet privacy and how Facebook can sell your data and all this other shit. He was really wise and smart on that shit, which that was just one of the many things I agreed with him. But when he got out, it wasn't that's the end of the world thing, because there was a sea of other good candidates out there to pick from. And, that's
Right.
still the way I kind of feel about it now. It's like, okay, Yang didn't get it, but everybody now knows Yang. This ain't over for him. Maybe he'll be president
No.
one day. Maybe he won't. But at the very least, people know him. People know his message, and maybe they can build on
It was his ideas that he brought to the table,
Yeah.
which is always the one thing with all the candidates. They may not make it, but they bring something to the table. They open a discussion about things, and that's what needs to happen on many fronts. There needs to be things talked about and discussed and spell. And
John,
so-
can I make a statement?
sure, go ahead, Bernadette.
I would like to see either one of these candidates, because I have no problem voting for either one of them at this point. Either one of them would be better than the idiot
There
we
you
currently
go.
have in the house.
That is what we
Yes.
have to
That
keep our
being
eye.
said,
Yeah.
what I would
Yeah.
also like to see from these candidates, not just for the mere fact that they should say the impeached President Trump, with every statement that they mention his name, the word impeached should be placed before it as a precursor.
Yes.
But I would like to
It's his
see
title.
either one of these candidates, and maybe both of them, start saying, I would like to have this person as a
Oh, yeah.
cabinet member or that person as
Yeah.
a cabinet member, and put out who it is that you're going to pick for your cabinet member, who it is you're going to pick for your vice president, because I think there's a lot of concern in this country that we got two geriatric candidates right now
Yes,
running
we-
for president.
yes, we do.
Either one of them could be lost in the first term. I want to know who the vice president is
Yeah.
going to be. And that person should be
Ready to be.
not just a woman, but a young enough person capable of continuing
the policy.
from past 2020, 24, and continuing the policies on forward.
I'm down with everything
Somebody
you just
who's
said.
young enough.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's what I would like to see from our current two front runners, whoever they might be.
All right, let me catch up on these. Karen Van Wyk donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Cuff Trump." I need to work on my spelling. I see that, Karen. That's kind of messed up.
It just
Sorry.
took me a
Cuff.
second.
Cuff Trump. I think
Oh shit! I feel so bad. My
Yes, dear.
brain was so slow to catch that
work
joke.
on that
God
spelling,
damn
Karen.
it.
I think we'll try to figure out what you're
Wake
trying
up,
to
Trump.
say. It might be code. It could be code.
It could be code.
Let me spell
could
it
be
for you.
code.
It's KCUF. KCUF. Maybe it's code for something. Maybe it's what are they? An acronym? Isn't that what they call it?
An acronym.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we
So we have a
go.
teacher in the room. We can check that shit.
It's
Anyway.
probably one of those
We'll ha-
Gen X.
We'll have to
people.
hook Karen up with Dominic so she could get some spelling
There you
lessons.
go. Get some spelling lessons for good. And John I Fly donated $10 through Super Chat and said, "Remember, if you get a cough, sneezing, and a fever, go to Dr. Trump. Oh, or wait until April, as the coronavirus will go away by then. Fuck Trump. Spelled with a PH, so says so. So saith John I Fly. Jeez, I got to get my mouth working.
Did you wash your hands, by the way, when you
Yes,
got
I
home?
did.
Okay,
I
good.
got home, washed my hands. First thing I did.
Make
baby.
sure.
That's right.
John,
Yeah, I'm
John,
trying to-
did
Gotta
I
wash 'em
take
for
you
'em,
up or
Travis.
what?
Oh God, you don't understand, Dennis. Anytime anybody leaves this house
Oh,
and
yeah,
comes
that's
in,
first thing they ask.
I mean, it's not just about
Travis,
the
did you wash your
coronavirus. I
hand?
mean, seriously, it's like,
Huh?
you know, in case it does get that bad, which the way people are buying up groceries and shit around here, you would think something was gonna happen.
And what did I tell you? He said, "Did you wash your hands, Dad?" I did one better. When I went to the post office box and when I went up to the door,
Oh,
to open the
yeah,
door,
you did.
I whipped out my handkerchief and reached right down to that door and picked it right up like that and opened the door. How you like that shit? I ain't gonna wash my hands. I didn't touch shit.
Wow.
Oh, now I got coronavirus on me from the
John?
rag. What? Huh?
Nose in that rag.
Yeah. It's all wrapped up in there.
You just
Don't
told us
forget and
all.
blow your nose.
Just blow. Go ahead.
Yep. So,
So do you
bleach
think
and,
that since
and
Bloomberg is putting his money with Biden, do you think all that money that Bloomberg's got is going to be good? And if Biden gets a nominee, do you think Bloomberg's money will help Biden defeat Trump? I hope it does.
If
What happens?
if Biden gets the nomination, or if Bernie gets the nomination, moneybags there, Bloomberg had better keep shoveling the money in because that's what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to
That's right.
support the Democratic Party, and if it's Bernie, he better pour the goddamn money in there, baby. I'm
I
telling
think
you.
what Bloomberg's plan is to continue attacking Trump no matter who is nominated as president. I think his plan is to continue doing what he had been doing while he was, part of this menagerie.
Well, if Bloomberg
I
wasn't
don't-
pissed off before enough, he is, after Donnie especially came out and, called him a loser. He's a loser, Well, in New York circles, baby. I wonder which one would be considered the loser. Donnie or...
I loved it when somebody was talking to Bloomberg, and he says, "Well, how do you think people are going to feel about two billionaires going up against each other?"
No shit.
He says, "Who's the other billionaire? Who's the other billionaire?"
Yeah, who's the other guy? Yeah, because Bloomberg's got what 68 billion, I guess, and Donnie's got 1 point something billion or some shit like that.
He doesn't even
Supposedly.
have that.
Supposedly, yes. He's never produced shit to prove anything. So, and I'll tell y'all what. Not change the subject. The discussion around our house today was sort of like a little bit of on the line of. Because Donnie come out and said, well, Biden gets up there and they're trying to issue subpoenas for Hunter Biden. They're going to dig up dirt on Biden. They're going to go ahead and get the Ukrainian shit and all this crap. And Marcia said, well, why don't they just, I'm tired of, defending that shit. Why don't we just spill the dirt on Don Jr., Ivanka, and all that shit? And it wasn't 30 minutes later, there's a news story came on CNN about jackpot for Jared Kushner. Jared Kushner and Ivanka were heavily involved in negotiating a tax cut for investment in opportunity zones. And evidently, Kushner there, before the deal was made there, the negotiations had invested a $5 million investment in this company that opens open business opportunities in areas, housing and whatnot. Anyway, it seems like Jarrett Boy walked out because of doing the right thing. He had to sell his interest in the company now because he's in politics and all this shit. It's inappropriate. After he walks out with $50 million. Yeah, so he gets a $5 million investment. A few months later, he gets $50 million. See you later. I better leave now. There you go. Start there. Go into Ivanka's shit over in China and how many deals she's made while she's been sitting on a damn trade commission negotiator for the United States. Let's dig into all that crap. I don't think any Biden's kids had to go to an ethics class for stealing from charities. Why don't we throw that out there on the little debate stage and all that shit? I don't want to go out there playing nice. He doesn't do that. He's going to try to come up with dirt on Biden if Biden's guy. And if it's Bernie, he's going to come after him for being a socialist and,
Yeah, that's getting old too, socialist. They had to come up with something new.
Well, it frightens the little minions. The word scares the little minions out there. And don't
Yeah,
think it
you're
doesn't
right.
scare some Democrats, too. I don't know why. Because if you are a Democrat, I got news for you. You're a little bit of a socialist there. Yeah, you are.
Hey,
You know, if you
Did
want
you did,
schools to go to, for kids and health care. And,
did, did you hear Lindsey Graham today? He actually reprimanded Trump in a roundabout way about, well, maybe we better listen to the scientists,
ah,
and go by what they say. Well, it's about fucking time,
yeah,
don't
well,
you think?
there's a limit to that act like an asshole and a dumbass for Donnie business, It's, yeah, the president said he's got a hunch, so I believe him. No, most of these guys, they're going to go with the scientist. Dumbass Donnie is going to say
I,
shit to his little minions. I guess that's who he's talking to. They're the only ones that's stupid enough to believe this dumbass.
well, Donnie will say one thing right in front of all the scientists, and then the scientists have to come around and correct him right in front of his
Right
face.
on
It's like,
TV, right in front of the
yeah.
cameras, right here. And the
And
boss
he's
says,
pissed off about it.
yeah, boss says we're going to have a vaccine here in about 2 months. No, I don't think so. He's an idiot. And,
He,
this business with him calling into Fox and suggesting that people that may have the coronavirus suck it up and go to work.
yeah.
That's pure ignorance in that he is going to put the public health in a hunch. I got a hunch. Maybe you'll die, maybe you won't. Well, I
He's the
guarantee if it
most
spreads,
intelligent
somebody's going to
president we
die.
ever had.
What's that?
John, don't you know he's the most intelligent president we've ever
Ever had.
fucking
He
had?
knows more than the
Yeah.
Surgeon Generals.
Yes, sir,
It's-
he does.
that's what he's
In
coming
his
from.
brain.
Give the man a
you gotta
Sharpie,
keep
he
in
can
mind
fix
that-
anything.
That's it.
Right?
We can.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Man,
that says 3.4%. We're just going to put a 0 in front of the 3 and then put another dot right over here. See, that's 0.03.4. Yeah.
Trump amazes me with his wonderful wisdom. I'm just impressed.
Well, how can
Every
you not?
day.
He's a very stable genius.
Yeah,
Have
he
you
is.
seen anybody more genius than him? I think not. Think through history. Who has been a bigger douchebag than this man? Nobody. I don't even think
There hasn't
Bernadette.
been one, Doc. I do have to say,
Huh.
I've been listening to quite enough in the last few days, and yes, all of this, they bullshit that went down is quite disturbing, and now we're down to people. I do not consider Tulsi racist.
No, Tulsi Gabbard is not a contendant. She is nowadays considered a joke in this.
Brace yourself, Bernadette. I'm going to move you in and out really quick to bring your volume back.
Oh, there goes Bernadette.
Oh, I got something, John.
What you got, Dennis?
I was talking to my best friend last
It's,
night.
Yeah?
it's much better when I know.
He isn't really political per se, but he's not a huge fan of Trump, but he's not disappointed in Trump. But he's more right-leaning than left-leaning. And
Yeah,
I
keep
talked to him
working
for a
on
while last night. No, I've been working on him.
Yeah, keep working on it.
I got him to admit last night, and he said, "Well, what's left of the field?" He said, "It wouldn't matter if Trump got reelected, but he would also accept Biden, which is a huge jump for him."
Well, good. If he's accepting maybe between now and November, we'll just get him all the way over on the blue side. There's
Well, you said it yourself. You said he isn't overly political, or just he doesn't speak.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of like my dad. My dad isn't a big fan of Trump, but he kind of leans right because he was brought up military and, just the way he was brought up.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
understand.
guns guy.
I understand that.
But, he likes to, what I've realized is my dad likes to troll me because he knows he's going to get a rise out of me.
Ah,
So he'll say something that he knows that'll spark a debate.
sure. He's just
But-
keeping you on your toes,
Oh yeah, but I just I bring out the guns and then he bats down and kind of walks away and laughs.
There you go. It's hard to debate a Trump supporter. just because they're dealing with made up facts or what alternative facts.
But what's even harder is to debate somebody who isn't overly into politics, gets like the headlines or the cliff notes, doesn't look into anything, and just bases their opinion off a microscopic level of information that's out there involving all of this. So it's like, oh yeah, Trump, yeah, I mean, he's building the wall, he's gonna, lower taxes, and he's for the military, right? So, and if that's all your information right there, well, it's hard to argue with someone like that, because no matter how much you introduce to him, it's probably going to go in one ear out the other most of the time. Maybe not all the time, but
Gail
Here's
Dunn.
a thought.
What's that?
I just went walking because police got me tonight, so I went walking early with a friend of mine.
Right.
He's a retired Air Force, and he used to be a Republican before Trump. And we were talking, and he was like, we were talking about who he's backing. He's like, yeah, I'm with Biden, and I'm like, that's cool. And we were talking about Bloomberg, and glad he isn't really in contention, but he spent all that money, and we were both like, well, if he would have just bought Fox News out, then this election would be over.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jesus, that he would be my hero at that point, unless if he uses that power for evil. You know what I mean? God. Well, that's all they want is money, right?
I mean, if you think
All
about
about
it, if
money.
there was no Fox News, Trump would not get reelected.
No.
Hell no.
No.
They'd have no chance.
Maybe America can be slightly smarter
And I
again.
wish they would take the most anti-American piece of bullshit and excuse for a news program or a news station off the air. They can't do it quick enough. I mean, it is. To me, it's the most. And it's sad because Fox is known for being, wave the flag. Here's an eagle. He'll play the anthem here. We're all gung ho, God, guns and guts, and all that kind of shit. And it is. It's it's the same con job that Donnie sells, that Trump sells. It's a con to people who don't have a freaking brain. Yeah, they don't have a freaking brain, or they'd figure it out. Turn the freaking channel. They're lying to you.
I heard from somebody the other day that the Lincoln Project is trying to get a petition going so that Fox News is no longer available on any cable subscriber, and the only way you can get Fox News is if you subscribe to it.
Well, that'd be
That's
all
a
right.
good idea.
That worked for them. You can get paid for everybody who watches.
You know what kills me, John, though, is like you remember that time he was criticizing Fox News too? He said, they seem to be turning and stuff like that. And they still kiss Trump's ass. What is this? It's like they're like programmed.
The question of why any of these Republicans have bowed down and kissed his ass is the eternal question in this. What is it that about this man who is everything that is an example of everything the Republican Party stood against? With their fiscal responsibility, their high moral values, their ethics, and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, they threw all of that out the window with this guy, and why they continue to bow down and kiss his ass is beyond me. It's not only their dignity, their integrity, it's everything that has gone down the tubes for the Republican Party over this.
I really
It's
believe
money.
It has to
It's
be.
money.
It's
John.
just pure
now.
greed, money, and lust for power.
I think there is still there's a power of brainwashing. I really believe that some of these people, or a lot of these people, are brainwashed.
Yes. It the lie. If you repeat the lie over and over and over, it becomes the truth.
Right.
Mega Wet Willie
like-
donated $5 through Super Chat and just said, "This just in: President Cheeto corners the market on Sharpie markers." Update later. Fun run. I didn't get it. So say it, Mega Wet Willie. We appreciate that, Mega. Thank you very much. Yeah, I bet he does, buying up all the Sharpies. He's got a whole lot of shit to change. He's got a lot of charts to make and all that crap to show you how.
Hey, maybe we should buy a box of Sharpies, orange Sharpies, and write in there, "Fuck Trump."
Fuck Trump. Did you say fuck Trump on this shot? on this
Yeah,
show.
I think I did.
Bernadette, did you hear that?
Clearly
I
not
didn't
loud
hear.
enough.
I didn't say it. No, I wasn't gonna be the first one to demonetize you tonight.
Yeah, well, that's all right. Johnny Five just stepped
But
right in.
but
But I
John
believe we got it
Fly,
earlier.
he coughs up a lot of cash, so he could say shit like
That's
"fuck
right.
Trump."
Fuck Trump. I believe that's what he said right here on our show. Fuck Trump.
That is what he said.
I think that's what it said. We'll try to figure out what he means by that, cryptic message. We'll find out what that. How about Biden and Harris ticket? Michael Busane. She is still in the running. I look at all of the people that were running for president as potential vice presidential candidates. They
Any
all.
one of them would do.
Any one of them would do. Kamala Harris had a big following. She's a powerful woman. She knows what she's doing. I don't think there's a bad candidate on our side. I really don't. Well, one. Okay, two. I got to throw in Tulsi Gabbard, too. I don't know what the hell she's doing. I really don't. Really? Still in the race? I might win.
Yeah.
I don't think so, lady. I call her Miss Present. That's what she
Miss
voted.
Present.
Yeah,
Well, with
Miss
that,
Present.
with what she
Yes.
did with that present part, she's just here to try to fuck up the establishment.
That's
as much as
exactly what she
can.
is. She's
That's
in
all
there
she's
trying to
doing.
throw a wrench in anything she can.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a good thing that she's not running for her seat anymore either.
Yeah.
So once she's out of this, she'll just be completely
Goodbye.
out of it, and that's a good thing. Bye,
Yeah,
Tulsi.
bye, Tulsi.
Bye, Felicia.
Go back. Yeah, bye, Felicia. Go on back to where? She from Hawaii, right?
Yes,
Maybe
she
she
is.
could move to the Big Island now, way back there in the booty.
I don't think they want her either.
They don't want her. I
Blue
don't
Dot
blame
family,
her.
I do have something to report to you guys from
What-
my area.
What's that, Ben?
Out of the 5 radio stations in the Kansas City area that
In
were
my
playing
head,
that
that would
Russian
make
Russian
on vice
propaganda, we're down
president.
to now only 1 doing it. So the other 4 have already been fined by the FCC.
Outstanding. You brought that up a show or two ago. I remember you talking about that. Outstanding.
So maybe we'll get this final one that's doing it. Maybe we'll get them in trouble too, because they even said on the news that people left and right, and when I called the FCC, they said they've had over 1 million complaints coming from our area from this because people are tired of hearing it.
Yeah, good. When you see something like that on TV or somewhere on a station, say something. Say, hey, that's bullshit. Well, you could put it more
What did they
diplomatically.
say
than
on? I didn't catch that. What did they say on the TV, Ben?
They said people are getting tired of it, and that's why people are calling and complaining to the FCC, because they said, I didn't know that it was okay for foreign interference to be played on American radio stations, and the FCC said no, they're not supposed to be playing that crap.
Yeah. Evidently, there was foreign entity running political ads on the station over there. And,
Wow.
Yeah, Hey, according
And
to
they have
Donnie,
the
that's
nerve
okay
to-
though. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if we do something like that, oh my
yeah. As
God.
long as it's pro-Trump, baby, anything goes.
Yeah.
So,
Boy, I'll be so glad when he's out. You have no idea how glad
Oh,
I will
Lord.
be when he's out.
oh Lord, I was so
Yeah.
glad,
Hey,
relieved.
John, I got some good news today.
I need good news. Good news, Bernadette. What you got?
Okay, the last time I was on air, I mentioned how my son and I were having a hard time getting my grandson health care. Well,
Alright.
his insurance rep was there at his job today, and he got my grandson covered under Cover California for free today.
Ouch.
And he also put him on his
Awesome.
accident insurance, and he also has coverage via my son's health insurance for vision and dental.
Out
Boy,
So
fucking
my grandson
standing.
is
Outstanding.
fully covered now for free and awesome.
Awesome, very awesome, outstanding, outstanding.
Awesome.
That's what
The
socialism brings.
best
That
news
kind of
ever.
Oh,
That-
it's
Yep.
evil.
stuff. That we take care of our
it's
own.
evil. Evil.
Yeah, evil shit. Taking care of our
And-
own.
And I still believe we need Medicare for all in this country.
Universal health care is a standard around the world until you come here. Until you come here. And then, baby, you ain't paying not near enough. That they're going to have a rate increase. They're going to have an increase on your prescription medicine. It gets ridiculous. Mitch Goldstein just
Well,
donated $2 through Super Chat and said, love them blue dots. baby. We love you back, Mitch Goldstein. We love you back, baby.
Well, the
Thank you,
potted
Mitch.
plant called Pence also
Yes.
said today that the vaccine, when it gets produced, will be available via Medicaid, Medicare, Medi-Cal, and in private insurance.
Well, go figure. You know.
But it's awfully generous of his
Yes.
dumbass.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah,
Ain't that nice of him to offer that to the people for something they should get anyway?
absolutely.
You know, it just kills me. Because we're not. Uh, what do you? The capitalistic system within the medical community it is just a disgusting fact in this country of ours, and only here. Capitalism is nobody is saying capitalism has to die. You can go out and start a business doing anything you want, fixing mufflers or building houses. You can go out and make that dream come true. That's capitalism. That's working. But when you bring that into healthcare, when you start determining what somebody is going to get for their health care dependent upon how many dollars that you have left over after paying the salary and the overhead in the room you're living in or working in, or all the shit and travel you have to, everything has to be paid for. Okay, and now we're going to get down to who gets what now. Okay, Bob needs a liver. Yeah, that costs too much shit. Let's scratch Bob off. Let's go over here to Carol. See what Carol.
No, it's
Carol's
not
got
that
a
it
toe.
costs too much. Bob can't afford the cost.
No,
That's what
Bob
it is.
can't afford the cost because that's what our system does.
If
It
Bob
is
could
a
afford the cost, we'll
for-profit
give him a
system.
liver. We'll give him a liver,
we'll
but
give
if he
him a
can
liver.
afford it,
Yeah, that's what we have now. We'll give him a liver if he can afford the liver. If you can afford the hospital, the doctor, the anesthesiologist, the prescriptions afterwards, everything, the gas money, go back and
We'll
forth,
give
your
it to
family
him.
taken care of, all of that, and you might
and you
live.
better pay your rent and your car note on
No
top
shit,
of
or
it.
you get you
And
thrown
don't
out of the
forget about
house.
that insurance payment
Mm-hmm.
on top of it.
That's it, baby.
We'll give him a liver all day long.
I don't
But
see
if he
why
ain't got
there
no
is.
money, to
I
hell
don't
with
see
Bob.
no.
What's the point?
I don't understand the resistance to universal health care. Ooh, I pay a lot for my insurance. I don't take my insurance. Well, just fine, keep it. When you say universal health care, there's going to be insurance companies out there for the wealthy that don't want. It's all that shit. You can go buy it if you want to buy it. Ain't nobody going to stop you from buying that shit. It's not for you. Don't take it. Just don't deny everybody else the right to health because you want to be a prick. And on that note, wait a minute, where's my? Oh, there it is. I want to thank Anthony Romero, who just donated $2 through Super Chat. Thank you, Anthony. We appreciate it tremendously, buddy. Welcome to the family. I haven't seen that name up there, so just a new one on me. So thank you, Anthony, buddy. When we get into healthcare discussions, it's rough because all of us have seen through the years coffee cans on store counters for somebody that has leukemia or has cancer or needs something, and they're or having a benefit barbecue. They have them down here all the time. So for somebody who's in the hospital and real sick and has health issues, they have to have a barbecue for them to raise the funds. That's what's wrong with it. That's forcing people to put their own dignity aside just to live or to provide your child the health care it needs. And if you ain't got it, buddy, well, we got a poor people's line. Go get in. Starts right over there by Arkansas, and the front door's over there in California. Don't worry about it. Get in line.
I'll tell you what, John, I'm not that far from being and doing that myself with these surgeries I got coming, and I have insurance.
Hey,
yeah,
John, you remember that letter that I sent to you that had the end of FDR's speech?
Yes, I do. I have it.
I believe it was 44. Mitch just rolled through the talking points of that. It should be a right to health care, a right to housing, a right to food security, a right to a job, a right to justice. These are the very things that Bernie Sanders is talking about. And health care shouldn't have to be a choice. No. It should be a right.
You're right. It's a right. It is a right. You have a right to live. You know, it's
And these are the things that FDR talked about. And they didn't
and
call
that's how
him
long
a
we've been fighting it.
socialist at that time.
Yeah.
He was a social democrat. The same thing that Bernie Sanders is a social democrat. And this word socialism, Trump is going to try to wear it out. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Just like he's going after Biden and his,
Yeah.
the whole Biden's son. I can't even remember
Mm.
what his name is right now. Hunter, the whole Hunter thing. He's going to start that shit over and over and over again because the man knows if he repeats a lie a gazillion fucking times, his minions will believe
Yes,
him.
that's the key.
Period.
Keep repeating the lie, and the
Yeah,
people that he's
but
speaking
the
to
rest
will
of us,
believe it.
we know what his game
Yeah.
plan is now.
Yeah.
He's a freaking liar. The man is an expert at lying.
Mhm.
So why should we believe anything that comes out of his mouth, including about the COVID-19 virus,
Yeah.
just in case
That he has a hunch
YouTube
about.
wants to demonetize you. Whatever.
Boy,
If it wasn't for the family, this channel here wouldn't exist anyway. So thank you, all of you who did donate via Patreon and or super chats and or PayPal and or buying a mug or a T-shirt or a bumper
Well-
sticker or whatever. Thank you for
Thank you,
keeping us on
Bernadette.
the air. It's your voice too.
It is.
And I know that John and Travis and Marcia and Tyler, they appreciate it.
We do.
And Rose,
We do
they
indeed,
appreciate
Bernadette, and thank you for
and,
that.
And Jenny loves
And
her peppermint.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah,
y'all-
no, I've been seeing that a lot in the chat. Apparently, where are you going?
Nowhere.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
oh,
I got
peppermints.
in my pocket, but I don't think
Oh.
I don't.
Okay, I was about to say something happened.
I'm
No,
not-
what I was gonna say is I saw a little bit of chat going on that apparently I guess YouTube is demonetizing videos that say coronavirus, which that's a first
No,
I've heard of it.
COVID-19. He said COVID-19.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
Whatever.
What-
Yeah,
but what I was
YouTube
gonna
is
say, you know how many-
demonetize anybody for whatever nowadays.
I mean, how many times
so
we
fuck
s-
Trump.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was
fuck
about to
fuck
say.
Trump.
We already
too.
said
Yeah.
fuck Trump
Shit.
at least 7 times in this video before.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
I
saying
mean-
the word coronavirus is going to bother me a bit.
But that being said, though, because Bernadette just reminded me, before Dad forgets,
What?
it's that time again. Or
It's that
been
time
it's
again?
been that time
It
for a
is
long
time for Two for Blue.
Yes.
It is time for Two for Blue.
Thank you.
And we are indeed. This is our new. If you're not familiar with it right now, we started a thing, Two for Blue, $2 to help turn the Senate blue. And we're not only after the White House, we are after the Senate too. Last time we
Which
did
sometimes
Kentucky.
I wonder if that's more important at times.
It is. It is at times.
It is equally as important.
Yes.
That's the thing. It is
Yes.
equally as important as flipping the White House, flipping the frickin' Senate, and getting Mitch McConnell's fucking ass out of the seat he's in is the most important thing that we
Yes.
can do.
Yep.
That's it. So we came up with the Two for Blue, and this week we are doing Jamie Harrison. He is going after Lindsey Graham's seat there in South Carolina, and so we want you to if you can afford $2, send it to him. Travis will do the.
You're just being
Yeah.
lazy, aren't you?
Well, no, I like your commercial voice there.
Oh,
Comes out real good.
I call bullshit, but anyway.
Yeah,
So
go
no,
ahead.
this week we're doing Jamie Harrison. He's going up against Lindsey Graham. You can donate to his campaign at jamieharrison.com. And also, I do believe in the power of sending letters and your thoughts to candidates all around the country, to give support from other states. So if you want to drop them a line at P.O. Box 1767, Columbia, South Carolina, 29202, I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. And if you're more on the digital side of things, you want to follow him on Twitter at Harrison Jamie. You can see where he's at and what he's up to there.
There you go. And that's our Two for Blue. And we're going to continue to do this, bringing in state by state these Senate races that we hope to impact as much as we can. The same way that the $1 donation, the $2 donation means so much to us in the grand scheme of things here in keeping us going. $1, $2 to Jamie Harrison, when combined with others, can really make a statement. And You can say them. Tell them John sent you, or no, tell them the Blue Dot family.
Yeah.
So
Captain Blue Dot.
Yes, Captain Blue Dot. That's right there.
Hey, John.
Yes.
We won't know who our candidate in Kansas is going to be until after the primary in May. So
Yeah. There's some that there's still primary. Well, no, I guess Maine voted the other day, didn't they?
I think they did.
I think they did. I haven't checked. I know Sarah Gideon was the lead Democrat up there in Maine. We need to check that because Maine is one of those ones that we can flip, and we want to, really try to make an impact on those that are really right there on the threshold that we can grab. And anyway, for the second time tonight, John I. Fly donated $5 through Super Chat and said, Trump must go when the witch of November comes crashing from the Gordon Lightfoot song. I recognize it, Johnny Fly. Thank you very much for that. And Diana Mallory donated $5 through Super Chat and said, at hashtag asterisk at the line ding king dong Donnie. I think she's trying to get a message to us. I think it's coded here. It's coded. Let me see. Diana Mallory. I think it means fuck Trump. I'm thinking. I don't know. There's some. There's a Lion King, Ding Dong Donnie, but then there's an asterisk and a hashtag and maybe it's a Twitter thing. Hashtag something. Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Diana.
John.
Yes, sir.
When are you gonna wear that Captain Blue Dot cape? I want to see you wearing that.
Yes, Travis. They want to see me wearing the cape.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah,
we
need to
we're
do.
behind.
What'd you ask
on
me,
all
Johnny?
that.
I ought to do a video with the cape.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a video
Naruto
or
run.
whatever. Do
Yeah.
right on the show.
I'm thinking we ought to do something.
Naruto run with the cape.
The problem
Yeah, I hate
is,
to see
everybody,
it.
his dad expects me to get it done in
No,
like a
no,
day
he's
or
had
two.
a full plate. I've asked him several times, and I don't want to ask him again because I know he's got other shit going on. And as we do here in the family, we've got some things going on that ain't going to be fun.
I would be glad
And,
to do it. It's just
Yeah, we need to. We
right
just
now
need to stop and do
we
it.
just need to stop and do it and actually because again I want to kind of one up the Naruto run video in comparison. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it. So
I haven't told you my latest thing.
no, you
Real
haven't.
quick,
What's up, Mitch? I mean, not Mitch, Dennis.
I was just gonna say, I gotta leave in about 10 minutes. If we can get Mitch in.
Thank God we're
I'd like to
finally
hear
going
what
to
he
get
has
rid of
to
his
say.
ass. Damn.
All right.
I'm just joking your ass. We'd love to have you in, Dennis, and I want you to know, buddy, we're proud of you. Being
Hell
like I
yeah.
told you the other day, being involved in the community affairs, involved in your community.
Well, I figured, I mean, everybody can have their opinion and get loud and complain, but unless you take a step to do something about it, you can't really complain.
Yeah.
So,
Amen to that.
being on the show
Yep.
and taking part in my local community,
Yes.
I'm doing my part, so nobody can.
There you go, baby. That's it. You can be
Thank you,
confident.
Dennis.
Yeah, really.
Thank
Yes.
you, Dennis.
I get a bell to
Yeah.
Dennis.
I'll give a gong to Dennis. And be careful out there tonight. And what did you say on the?
Oh man, I'm so stoked.
Go get him, dude.
Really quick before you take off, because I know you wanted to hear from the guys. So, Mitch, are you with us? Good, Mitch?
It is
Good
the good
Mitch.
Mitch.
The good Mitch is here. Julie's here, and Eric was just here. Eric has disappeared.
Oh, Eric is gone. Oh, well, shut the show down. Shit, we were all waiting to hear from Eric, and all of a sudden Eric
How
walks
you
out
guys
of the room.
doing tonight?
Huh? Julie, how are you?
And now you can talk.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, dear. Has he been taking good care of you?
He tries.
Well, good, good. We'll give him credit for that then.
See, that's code for he fails.
Partial credit. Partial credit.
I'm just glad to hear that y'all are both in the same room. So,
Exciting.
yes, Mitch has a tendency to be on the road a lot. So,
Well, Mitch is still breathing, so there's that.
Woohoo!
Mitch
oh,
was a little worried.
here's
Mitch was thrown into the isolation unit. I don't know if you heard that story or not, but I haven't talked to you guys. Yeah, I was coughing up some nasty stuff yesterday or day before yesterday, I guess.
Ooh.
yeah, and you
Yeah, I
have been an
decided it was
international
time to go to the
traveler,
hospital. And they found out. They asked me, "Have you been have you been any overseas?" And I said, "Yeah." When? Last week. Oh, come with me.
Yes,
And
come.
they shut me up in this isolation room, and people could only come in when they wore like isolation suits.
Right.
And I got interviewed by 3 people asking me like where I went, what were my travel days. And meanwhile, I'm waiting to get an X-ray because the doctor thinks I might have pneumonia.
Oh.
Damn,
but I
Mitch.
don't.
But you don't. Well, there's
Yeah.
the good news. And
I gotta ask you this, Mitch. Was the guy doing the cavity search gentle?
It's just a simple yes or no. It's a simple answer.
I'm very easy when it comes to stuff like that.
But now you're home and you're healthy?
I am home and I am mostly well. I don't know, I'm just having trouble. For some reason, this particular strain of influenza it got Julie, it got Zach, and it got me.
Boy,
and I'll tell you, I don't get sick too often. I really thought I weaseled my way past it, but just the dragging ass and running around Jerusalem in the rain and all that shit together. All that shit together, man. It just got right on top of my ass, and I'm still coughing shit up. It's unbelievable.
Shit! See, he's gonna cough that shit right up. It's gonna get in my ear, and God damn.
Dad's going through a whole ritual right now, putting shit in his headphones to make sure he doesn't catch the whatever it is you're
face mask over my headphones.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just not to make anybody panic, but they're starting to cancel flights for people who are people like me who are travel for a living.
Right.
American Airlines, Delta, United have all announced that they're going to start cutting back domestic flights, which means what they're trying to do is to basically stop the pandemic, because every time you move someone from one place to another, you're bringing that atmosphere with you and everything that's in it. And the problem is the more flights you have, the quicker the virus is going to spread, period.
Right. Oh, the airline companies are taking a big hit. Cruise ships. Ain't nobody got on a cruise ship.
Free.
That's right. Cruise lines. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're not doing too well now. Nobody wants to get on a boat.
Well, it's funny.
Time to sell that stock.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention all this though, because me and Mom were talking the other day. What was it? A few weeks, maybe a month ago. We all got really sick. It started, I think, with Rose, and it got to me, and then it got to everybody. And we had a coughing fit forever, it seems like. It's finally, I think Tyler's still getting over it. And we were starting to wonder, like, what is the odds of it, being some form of the same virus of one way or another? You know what I mean? Because,
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know if it is or not, but, I'm just hoping since we got very sick that one time, it ain't going to fuck with us no matter what. Hopefully.
I did read an article late last night that researchers in was it Wuhan? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Where it originated, they discovered 2 different strains already, so it's already mutated ones.
Oy.
They can confirm.
Fun.
Ain't that nice news?
Fun.
Thanks a lot, Dennis.
Now I'm going to have to mutate too.
Oh shit! Now Mitch has got to mutate. Damn.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty cool. Oh, you're gonna mutate.
Oh, it's gonna mutate. Yeah.
It's gonna mutate.
Oh, I'm going to mutate, all right. I'm going to mutate my ass off.
There you go. Whip out the power ring and point it. Well, go ahead, Belda.
Hey, I got a headline for you.
Hold on. Go ahead, Belda.
When we went to town for Wayne's doctor's appointment,
Right.
we took and we have latex rubber gloves here, disposals.
Right.
We took them with us.
There you go.
So when we went in anywhere, we weren't touching anything with our hands. We were wearing rubber gloves.
There you go.
If you grab a hold of a grocery cart,
Yes.
you're grabbing. They did swabs all over the United States, and every surface that you touch has got feces on it.
Oh yeah.
Thanks a lot, Belda.
What, you
I
didn't?
told
know
you
that?
we live in a world of shit.
Shitty
We
world.
do live in a shitty
And
world.
the thing is,
What?
it's contamination from a surface to your face. If you're wearing those rubber gloves, you can go anywhere you want to, pull them off and get in your vehicle and throw them in the trash.
Well, see, I think I'd be tempted to take the rubber gloves with me and wait until the doctor comes in the room and then put them on, snap them, and go, "I'm ready, doc."
I'll tell you.
Just
if you
to see
think
the
world
look
is
in
dirty-
his eyes.
If you think the world is dirty, maybe you would really love like Elizabethan times, where
Oh.
people shit in the freaking street.
Yep.
I mean, oh my God.
Yeah, we
I mean-
started that socialist shit. What they call? Oh yes, sewer systems. That's socialist crap.
Yeah, they call that hygiene.
Yes. Let me
The
get
Romans
this.
came up with
first
that.
social system was the Romans with the
Yep.
sewers in the street where you could sit down and go.
All right.
Yeah, trying to help the community out there. You know.
Yeah, I did.
Read
All
that.
right, John. It's about
read,
that time for me.
all right, Dennis. You be careful and good luck out there. And
Yeah.
you're gonna have to let
Yeah.
us know how
Dennis.
that goes.
Dennis.
Yeah. See you
I
on
just
the
want to
next
say one
show.
more thing before I check out here.
What's that?
I mean, everybody's talking about washing your hands,
Yeah.
but being that we are a community driven by internet media and electronics, everybody wipe down your damn phone.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wipe
Yeah.
down your
Nasty.
phone.
Yeah. You'll go wash your hands after you touched your phone. So
Like, grocery carts and stuff like that, but a lot of people are messing with
Yeah.
their phones at the
Yeah.
grocery store. They're touching.
I have
wash your hands.
definitely stepped up my hand washing game for sure.
yeah.
That's a
Well,
really
that's
good
good.
thought on that, Dennis. I've thought
I
about
have.
it in the past, but it's like one of those, like, that's something that's not said enough. So
Yeah,
Let me
Yeah.
get
Bacteria
caught up
Actually
here.
keep
on the
my
phone is
phone.
huge.
I keep my phone in a pile of manure every night.
there you go. That'll work.
You found my secret. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Donkey dung.
It helps the
Good.
battery, helps keep the battery life up.
All right, well, y'all take care, and I will let y'all know how the ride-alongs go
Yes,
next
come
show.
back.
do.
Let us know on the next show, Dennis. Take care and be careful, and we love you, bud. Be careful.
All right, good night, all.
Good night, Dennis.
Good
All right, really quick,
Night.
read those.
I want to say Diana Mallory again is trying. She's donated $5 through Super Chat and said, now this one says F. Let me see, 2 dots and a smiley face there and a K. King Ding Donnie. You know what's on your shirt says. So say it that. What on my? So what? You know what your shirt says. Oh, that shirt. Yeah, this shirt. This is code. I think, if you have the decoder ring from the Blue Dot family, you can hold it up to the camera or to your TV, and you can actually read the real word there. Diana Mallory, who bequeaths our own gong. Thank you very much, baby. And Karen Van Wyk donated $2 through Super Chat and said, Trump mutated into an orange blob. He is an ooey gooey, disgusting orange blob.
Okay,
of-
really quick, because I
What?
want to hear what Ben's headline was,
Yes,
but I
what's
just
your
have
Ben?
one quick comment beforehand to be an in-betweener. I saw a comment go by, and I figured I had to let you know, Dad.
What?
Thomas Morgan was in the YouTube chat, and
Oh.
he says, I'm having this problem. My weed is so strong, I can't smoke it.
Well, Thomas, I have a solution
will
for
you,
your problem.
somebody please let Thomas know. I could
Yeah.
help him with that.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
help you
I'll
too.
help you.
I hereby convene the
That's
Cannabis
Post Office
Committee of
Box
Blue Dot
260.
Family.
Okay.
Oh,
I hereby
Lord.
convene.
Don't you
Come to
love it
order.
when people they have names for shit?
Yeah.
They have names for shit.
All right, Benjamin, really quick. Not really quick. What was your headline there?
Trump has donated $100,000 of his salary to fight coronavirus. He's made much more than that from his presidency, and this $100 donation was done from the Mar-a-Lago account.
Somebody else's credit card. That's what he's got.
That is so sad.
That's just sick. Or who are you trying to convince you're trying to make a difference?
All
Not
right, let's
me.
catch up there really quick, and then
B
we'll move
Pre.
on.
I know that name. B Pre.
I think I know her too.
I've heard that name before. Donated $2 through Super Chat and said, "Uck Trump, let's send a blue wave the Senate."
And it was the White House, but they only let me put so many letters in
Oh,
there.
they don't let you
They're
put some.
cheap. They're cheap with the $2 gift.
Oh, they're my sweetie.
You only get so many
Hey, baby.
letters.
Oh wow, Emma, our dog just walked in.
Hello,
here.
baby.
Emma, you doing all right? What's up?
Oh, she's just
Oh,
checking.
walked away. Just checking
That's
on
it,
us.
Just checking on us. Anyway, Bernadette Pre, thank you very much, baby. We appreciate it. tremendously. And
You're
Anthony
welcome.
Romero just donated $5 to Super Chat and said Trump and his followers suffer from the Moranovirus, and there is no cure. That's it, baby. Anthony Romeo. Yeah, they're ate up with Morano. I can't say it.
Moranovirus. I would say
Moron.
Moranovirus.
Moranovirus.
Moron.
Yeah, it's akin to idiot.
It's kind of like dumbitis. You know?
Dumbitis. That's what I was trying to think of. Dumbitis. Yes, sir, Anthony. You are correct. They're working on a cure. I think it's it's supposed to be out by November. As a matter of fact, I thought
It's called the
November 3rd.
It's called the guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Boy, that escalated really quickly.
Yeah.
It's called Election Day.
It could happen. That's right. That's right. When they
And it's cured by a tsunami.
a blue tsunami, baby.
A blue tsunami,
blue
that
tsunami.
is. Exactly. That's right.
Yeah.
The only cure for it.
I love it. I love it.
Dumbitis.
They're ate up with it, baby. I'm telling you. It's it is sad because Marcia switched over to Fox News a little earlier today. And I was outside in the garden area. Yes, I come back in now. She's going to tell me what Fox News was saying. Holy shit. Well, Donnie's going to win. Well, of course he is. It's Fox News. Because the dumbass Democrats can't get their shit together. They're battling each other. They're fighting each other. It'll be a big split in the Democratic Party, and Trump's going to win. That's what they're selling over there. Our job is to make sure that that shit is not true. That's what our job is. Because they're not that far from wrong. There is a great divide in this party, and there are people trying to put a wedge in there and just hammer it down, baby. And we can't let that happen from either side, either from the Bernie supporters or the Biden supporters, or from the Warren
That's
supporters
right. We're
or
all
any
on the
other
same
supporter.
side at this point.
At this point,
it
we are
doesn't
still
matter
here.
at this point.
No, everything changes.
Like I said the other night, Tuesday I voted my heart. I voted blue. I voted for Bernie. But I guarantee you, when
There you
it
go.
comes November, I'm blue for anybody who's there that'll take it and get rid of that orange turd.
There you go. It's called Operation Flush the Turd, and it culminates on on November 3rd. Yes, we
That's
all
right.
are passionate about who we like right now. The Bernie people are very passionate about Bernie, and the Biden people are passionate about him. And they think he's the only one that could win, and Bernie supporters think he is the only one that could face Donnie. And we're going to narrow it down. Only one of them can come out on top. But we cannot let ourselves or anybody else put a divide into this party to a degree
That's right.
that people do not vote. That people are discouraged from voting, thinking that it doesn't matter what they do. It never matters. They're going to have the way it always was, or some bullshit like that. It does matter.
It's going to hurt us, though, John. It's like Tuesday night, the young man that was the last vote at 1:30 a.m. at the university there in Texas because they closed down the frickin' voting polls.
Oh, they closed 700 and something voting stations here in Texas, and they did the same thing in California. They closed a lot of voting polling places.
And you know what? If you're in line to vote, you can stay in line
Yes.
to vote. And I thank that young man who stayed till 1 a.m. in the morning. He felt it was
Absolutely.
important enough for him to
Thank
do
you,
that.
Bernadette, for
Thank
saying
you.
that, because every
Whoever
time
that
I
was.
see a line on TV, I get upset with people when they tell, well, I'm not going to vote. Are you shitting me? I look at TV and I see people having to stay in line for 4, 5 hours to vote. Bless their heart. I love every one of them that had the courage and the
Thank you.
tenacity to stand there and wait, because we all know that is a problem by design. They know how many people are going to come vote. If they have the facilities and the polling places open, it would be easier for everybody. But remember, that's not the Republican way of doing anything. The Republican way of doing it is to
No,
make sure
it's
that
not.
it's difficult.
And voter suppression is real.
Yes.
So if you're
It
in line
is.
and it's past closing time, you stay in line
Yes.
and you demand your ballot
Yeah.
to vote.
Because remember, if you step out of that line, that's exactly what they want you to do. That's what the Republican Party wants you to do. Step out of that line.
Exactly.
It's
They
too
want
much
to
trouble.
discourage you.
You're asking me to do too much to vote to vote. And it is. It's heartbreaking for me to see it because, like I say, I live way out in the country. Ain't nobody in line down here at my little fire station. I'm lucky if I run into anybody. Was anybody there when you went and voted?
One older woman.
You
showed
voted
up.
on voting day.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I didn't get to do the early voting, but I got to vote on voting day.
Yeah.
We all did. Me, Rose, and Tyler went out there. And
y'all
did it.
all went together.
There was one elderly woman who showed up, and she was like, "Is this where we vote? This is the first. I've never voted before," which was like, "Wow, that's interesting." But also, it was. I mean, obviously out here, it's kind of hard because they just put a voting sign out there. They don't tell you where to go in the building, which you have to literally walk in and guess which door to open.
Yeah, you have to actually walk by the fire station to go find the office where they have it at.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
And you know what? When you go and when you see something like that, you should go in and say, there should be a sign outside that says voting takes place behind this door.
I think.
Don't just walk past that shit. The fucking say something. See, y'all better be lucky that shit don't happen to me because I'll make a scene wherever. I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's funny because I think we did step up and say something, but I do remember one time in my life where it was one of those things, not an embarrassment of Dad. Definitely not an embarrassment, but it was just like one of those, oh shit. Was when I had to go get my ID, and I didn't have four proofs of identification of ID, and my dad was livid because, for good reasons. Like, you mean my kid can't get an ID unless if he has a gun license? Or a concealed handgun permit and all that?
You had 3 forms of ID.
I bet you it's easier for you to get a gun license than it is for you to get an ID.
It is.
Otherwise, but anyway, that was but Dad was livid at the DMV.
Get a gun license with your birth certificate.
Yeah, Dad was livid.
You can't get an ID with just your birth certificate.
Dad was livid at the DMV, but here's the thing: he was also livid beforehand because we got in the wrong lane to go up and get an ID. No, there was no explanation or anything in the building.
I can't imagine what it's like.
Yeah, I can imagine. And but the funniest thing, Dad said, "Oh, and by the way, because the manager finally came out and said, well, he can go get his voter's registration." And he was like, "You're cool, you're nice, thank you for the actual help. And by the way, y'all really need to get some damn signs in here because we don't know where to go.
Some
no one knows."
up in here.
Yeah.
I go back a few weeks. I go back a few weeks later to finally go pick up my ID, and sure enough, they had signs all in the DMV.
That's right.
And I was like,
"That's right.
Damn, there we go."
So there you go.
Hey, you know what they say? The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
That's it.
Honey, I'll squeak like a fucking gigantic fucking wheel. You damn right. I'm going to get a whole lot of oil because they want my ass out of there, okay? Because I'm making noise.
There you go, baby. That's it. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. And yeah, they want you to shut up when you are making a problem. Yes, I see it. John I. Fly donated $2 through Super Chat again and said, "Trump is hopeless. Bye, Trump. So saith John I. Fly, baby."
Bye, Felicia.
John, you're being too nice.
Huh? What's that, Ben?
Speaking of IDs, you know how now we're all supposed to have that new ID that has that gold star on it?
Yes, sir. I got one.
Last December, when it was time for me to renew my ID, I got one of those little cards in the mail from the state of Kansas, and it told me what I needed to bring with me this time to get my ID because it changed, because they had to verify more information now to get that gold star. Well, when I went into the DMV to go renew my ID, the only thing they wanted to see was my old ID and my birth certificate. They didn't want to see my social security card and proof of address and all the other stuff. And I'm like, okay, it shows on the yellow card that I got that I have to show you all this. She said, no, you don't.
So I bring it, and they're not in. You know what they asked me for? It was a freaking list of nothing. They sent me a thing in the mail saying, "Hey, send us." I forgot how much it was to renew.
Oh yeah, well you did.
Yeah, I just did it all online and just
it's Which
I got the same picture of me from a long time ago.
Yeah, no, that's the same.
Last time
I do it all online, so I never changed the picture. I look young in there though, no beard.
Last time I went to the DMV, they told me my social security number was suspended, and I had to give them my credit card number.
Oh yeah, did you give it to him?
Now I think I'm going to go there tomorrow. Actually, get my star.
Yeah.
Because you can trust your card to the
To the
license
guy
with
that's
the
with
star.
the star. That's right. I got a star. Get the fuck away from me. You're under arrest. It's citizen's arrest. I have a
Now,
star.
that actually happened in the fine Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which I find myself a citizen resident, that our last Republican governor, in a fuck you gesture to Barack Obama for insisting on having a national standard for IDs, decided instead to not adopt the real ID standard. And now it's costing everybody, how much is it? $50 to
50.
replace a valid license because the
Holy shit.
Republicans sent this
Are you
fuck you to
shitting me?
Obama. I shit you not, my friend. I shit you not.
Proper planning. Ain't that some crap? Ain't that pitiful?
That's what I think
I
of
went
fucking Republicans right there.
Yeah. It's not their money. What do they give a shit? It's your money.
That's why we gotta.
So
we gotta
basically,
put
I
more
have to.
cameras back.
So I'm giving them $50 for nothing.
Yes.
For
Exactly
nothing.
nothing.
Because yesterday my license said who I was and where I lived, and now all of a sudden in October it won't. Right?
Yeah.
And you know I travel all the time, so my choice is to go get the real ID or get a pass. Carry my passport for domestic flights.
For domestic uses, yeah. And domestic
Ensure
identity.
you have your papers when you travel.
Yes.
There's a
right.
plague now.
Show me the papers. Show me the papers.
So you can use a passport instead of real ID because I don't have my real ID yet. I'm not sure if it's worth getting one.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want to carry my passport if I don't have to.
Yeah.
It's
Why would you?
expensive to replace, and
Yeah,
I
it
shouldn't
is.
need it to travel to another fucking state in the United States.
Yeah.
How
Or
ridiculous is
around
that?
your own state.
Yeah. Let Trump in for another 4 years. I guarantee
Yeah, if I
you might
wanted to
have
fly
to.
to Philly, and not even leave Pennsylvania to have a real ID in October.
Please
I
present
went
your
to-
bus ticket and your passport, please. That's what it's going to come to. What's that?
I went in to get my driver's license last year.
Yeah.
It's renewed for 6 years, and I knew that this new ID that comes through, that if you needed to go into federal buildings or to fly in a plane, you needed
Yeah.
the new ID
Need a little
with your
star.
driver's license.
Right.
Right. And I
Oh.
said something about it, and they go, "Oh, you don't need that." I go,
You do
I
now.
fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted it on my new license, and they wouldn't give it to me.
Candy 2 is reminding us that Real ID was a Bush initiative right after 9/11, a national
Yes, it was.
ID system.
You're correct, but
Yeah.
when the time came for the Pennsylvania legislature to pass the law, they decided not to pass the law. Specifically decided not to pass the law.
Just as a screw you.
Same way
though,
that George Bush screwed all the blind people in America by refusing to sign the law that would make American U.S. bills different sizes, like every other fucking country.
like
so that
Canadian,
blind
they
people can tell what their fucking money is.
they have Braille on their money in Canada.
That is correct. Every single
Because
country.
they have blind people in Canada. Go figure. And people want to know what the money is. It's things like that in our country that really kind of go, really, that's a good idea. Why don't we do that? Oh, we can't do that. It'll cost billions.
Hey,
Really?
We can't even get a black woman on the bill.
No.
You want bumps?
And Canada does indeed have
You
one.
want raised bumps?
Yeah. Where's Harriet Tubman? It's ready to go.
Yeah,
It could
exactly.
be rolled out
My point.
tomorrow. It could be rolled out
My point.
tomorrow, except for Mnuchin
Well, that's
said
why
no.
we have. That's why we have to vote blue in November, and
baby.
then maybe we'll get it.
For
Yep.
everything, from health care that we talked about earlier to who's on our money, and innovative ideas like putting Braille as a couple of dots. How much can it cost to imprint a couple of dots on a bill? Not much. Not much. We could do things
What would
like that.
Jesus bring?
What would Jesus? What kind of money would Jesus use if he was blind? He'd have to have. Oh well, never mind. I guess he could just. Never mind. I guess he'd know. So, Can't argue that point. Anyway, it is. There's so many things that are on the line. Everything you can think of, from climate change to healthcare to what your kid's school is going to look like, what kind of education they're going to get, what kind of a future are we going to have. Everything we have is on the line in this election season. There has not been a more important one in my life, in my history. I have not seen a more important election.
And not only that, but we also have the census going on this year too.
Yes.
And that's extremely important also,
Yes.
people. And don't be
Yeah.
afraid to go and take the census, because if you want money in your area for schools, for roads,
For
for
hospitals,
whatever
or-
it is, hospitals,
Yeah.
for fire departments, for whatever it is
Yeah.
that you need in your area,
Yeah.
you need to do the census.
Can't get on Pornhub?
And you can
need
do it
bandwidth.
online.
Yes.
You can
Yeah,
do it
what is
online.
Rule.
What
You
is
don't have
that?
to have somebody come to your house. You could do it online in the privacy of
Yes.
your own home.
Yes. That's
Well,
right.
Lest we
that's
forget.
What
After
is that
the
web
census
address?
happens, they're going to they're going to rectify the makeup of the House of Representatives,
Yes. Yes.
because there's going to be more gerrymandering and redistricting as a
Exactly.
result of the census.
Yes.
Happens every 10 years like clockwork.
Yes. The
Yep.
districts are determined by population. If you're wondering how come some states have more delegates than other states, it's because of the population. The census determines a lot of things in our society. Like Bernadette said, schools, hospitals, just about everything you can think of, and including new representation in new districts. And
And
again,
elector.
yes, and that's why it's
Yeah.
important that we vote blue down ticket all the way, because
What?
if we don't want to give the Republicans another shot at drawing lines again.
What is the website address for the census, and when do they start that?
I would
Already started, and it's uscensus.com.
.gov, wouldn't it?
.gov.
Yeah,
.gov.
.gov.
UScensus.gov, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
And there will
Okay.
not be a citizenship question on a census.
I wouldn't
So
answer
don't
it
let.
even if I had if
Yeah,
they
and
had it on
and if they
there.
had it, leave it blank if it's there. But I don't believe
Hey,
it's
are
going to be
they
there.
gonna
Put an NA,
Are they-
not
That's it.
actual.
are they gonna ask what your sexual orientation is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for race, put human for
Yeah.
race.
I always put
And when
Iran.
they ask you what color underwear you got on, just tell them everybody's got on pink underwear.
Pink.
How did you
Or-
know?
No, just tell them your commander.
And Dawn Little Dawn Little made a donation and said it all. Dawn Little donated $2 to Super Chat and says, "Love y'all. We love you back, baby. We love you back, baby." That's what this family is about, baby. It's all about love, whether you want to determine that as love for one another, love for humanity, love for our society, love for the planet that we live on. It's all on the line, baby. And she says it all. Love y'all, every one of you. I like that red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in my sight. You'd wish the whole world would still abide by the little songs they taught us when we were young. The world
Yeah, I
would
like
be-
that one. Like, what was it during the 70s or 80s? I like to teach the world to sing.
Yeah, the cook commercial. I'd like to teach
that was
the
a good
world to
song.
sing. Yeah.
Somehow
Perfect
we
harmony.
walked away from that when Trump's in.
What was that one they did? The world. What was that one?
We are the world.
We are the world. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
caught on.
that was awesome in the 80s.
And
Yeah.
keep those inspiring things in your head, because we
Yeah,
are the
absolutely.
world. And when we get into discussions of global pandemics or global climate change, we are one on this planet, baby. What one country does affects another country.
Absolutely.
So it's not only us we're fighting for. It's the whole damn planet. Because I guarantee you, the other side, the Republican side, they'd burn it and use it up tomorrow. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they want to isolate the United States from everybody else, and you can't do that. We're a global.
No, it's a global community now. It's the Earth is not flat.
That's right.
It's a global community, baby. Well, I guess they say it's
Uh,
flat in a digital sense. It gets from here to there right now.
I
Anyway,
think the flat earthers would have something to say about
yeah, I
that.
think so. Yeah, where is Jen Morgan? I wonder. We haven't heard from her in so long. Jen,
Yeah,
if you're
it
out there,
has been a
darling, take
while.
care of yourself. What's that, Mitch?
Well, I've seen her
I
on and
said
off.
we haven't seen her in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we haven't seen her in a long time. I wish her, hope
I've
she's
seen
doing
her on and off on Discord.
well. Hopefully
She's
she.
posted in here a couple of times for their show
Oh, well, I've missed them
and
then.
stuff.
Well, I hope she's doing well because we've missed her for a long time now.
Haven't talked to her.
Yeah, we miss people when they don't show up when we're used to seeing them. You know,
Right.
it makes us wonder. Anyway, I guess that's going to about wrap it up for us tonight. And I want to thank everybody for coming in. Those names going by, those are our Patreon supporters. We appreciate it very much. Those donations go a long way in keeping us afloat. So they're very important. It's the same way when we do the Two for Blue and Jamie Harrison out in South Carolina. $2 could go a long way to help him out in his campaign out there to defeat Lindsey Graham, as we were doing for Amy McGrath there in Kentucky to get rid of Mitch the Moscow Mitch the bitch, get rid of him. And we're going to continue this campaign all the way through up through the elections to try to reinforce the fact that it's not just the White House we're after, it's the Senate, and we need to retain the House. It's all, baby, and that's what we need to move our program, our agenda forward and to try to repair the damage that this idiot has done to our house. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Ben Shroud, thank you very much, buddy. Our own Bernadette, John Ifly, the good Mitch, and our own Velda. We appreciate y'all coming in so much and making it a nice, pleasant evening of conversation. Where else can you find such fine entertainment? Anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
There you
Good
go.
night.
We love you, Blue Dot family. Thank you for the support that our Facebook and our YouTube and our Periscope. Thank you, It's Showtime, for showing up, buddy. This is a big family. Let's keep it growing, keep the love going. We'll see y'all later. Bye now.